rocking out, man.
There you go, man.
Oh, he's got his Frankenstein shirt on.
There
It's glow in the dark too.
Oh, is it?
he is. Sassy.
Hit the lights.
I'll turn the lights off in your house.
Yes,
There you go. There you
All
go.
right, well, before
my
we
wife's gonna kill me because all the mess behind me. I shifted positions today. Usually I sit on the other side of the living room, but the sun is shining half my face.
Right, right.
So,
what are you
but
saying,
yeah,
Catherine?
man, how is everybody?
I just wanted to know what the heck happened on the highway today with Andy. Andy was
it took me an hour and a half to get here. That was fun. Yeah,
crazy.
I was in the car for an hour, and then I called everyone, and I'm like, I've got a half an hour left to go.
Yeah.
Usually this drive is half an hour long.
Yes.
It's because I was going an average of 3 miles an hour down the entire length of 12. Yep.
That's brutal.
It's just because there's construction. That's all it is. There's no crash.
Oh, really?
Nothing. Just construction.
Really?
That's all it took to shut down. So if you're thinking of going on 12 today, don't go on 12 today. I'm going to be, from now on, I'm going to be putting that into my GPS just in case, because you never know. All it takes, one little thing on 12, and the entire thing is borderline useless.
Well, as the saying goes, there's 2 seasons in Minnesota, winter and road construction.
Yep, there sure is.
Well, just a warning. I mean, you're going to get sent way out of the way if you're traveling between Buffalo and Monticello. I mean, is like, it's crazy. You rely on your GPS and you rely on or just follow everybody else through the detours, because now we're talking about being in the sticks where one turn may put you on the other side of the county.
Wow.
Absolutely.
I mean, I was time for cabin season.
I was on 12. Once you're on 12, you're not getting off. Not until you hit 394. Jesus. That's the thing, is I couldn't have turned around if I wanted to. I was stuck there for like a solid 10 miles.
Stuck in the middle with you.
And of course, the woman behind me was doing that thing where they constantly like swerve out to the shoulder so they could see what's going on. Over and over. It's like, I'm gonna keep an eye on the situation.
Yep.
You know what I hate in situations like that is people coming in and kind of jimmying in their way in, trying to.
No one did that, to their credit, but
up and they get in and.
Well, I think one of the reasons they didn't do that is because they had state trooper vans parked on the shoulder every probably like 5 miles. So if someone tried to do that, they would get blocked.
Good.
Yep.
So I actually took a trip to St. Cloud yesterday to see my preview movie. Had some business there, so I said, "Hey, Mike Bryan, you want to join me?" Something came up, but I did screen the movie with John Lastman.
Lastman?
Yeah. First time I've seen him in 2 years. Saw him at Pat Ebert's funeral.
Right.
And it's so weird how time just, wow. I said, he goes, when did we see each other? I said, Pat's funeral. He goes, God, 2 years.
Yeah.
It's crazy how time flies in between when you catch up with people. Talk with him every week on the radio, obviously, on his show.
Right.
But it was fun. It's fun to screen movies with people once in a while, because normally I'm by myself or my wife will go with me. But she doesn't hardly go with me anymore. Even nobody likes me.
That's what it is, you know.
I must have body odor or something.
Well, I know one person that likes you.
I don't change this Frankenstein shirt too often, so I guess,
I know one person that likes you, and that would be Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury lawyers, who you are brought to us by,
bing,
if I'm not wrong.
There you go.
MinnesotaPersonalInjury.com. So so Johnny and I saw. It's a movie. It's kind of a down week because we had Devil Wears Prada that's kicking ass. I mean, seriously kicking ass. It beat Mortal Kombat 2.
Wow.
Last week, a summer movie.
Really?
I mean, the sort of thing you would expect in summer. Devil Wears Prada, maybe not so much, but that's changing the dynamic of things now. So that actually edged out Mortal Kombat 2 at the box office. So, the studios, they look at their schedules, they say, let's just give these movies some time to breathe. And then you'll see smaller movies. It's about 2,000 theaters. It's from an independent studio, which is weird considering that the movie In the Gray was written and directed by Guy Ritchie, stars Henry Cavill, Jake Gyllenhaal, Isa Gonzalez, and there are lots of other people in this movie that you're going to recognize. It's like, how is it that no big studios are behind this movie? And when you're watching it, you realize that Guy Ritchie has his own style. I'm not saying it's difficult to work with,
right?
But he knows what he wants, and what he wants, and in this case too, is a very meticulously constructed story that eventually gives way to the big action. And I'm thinking, are studios afraid to show movies to people where you actually have to think? I mean, I personally like that as a moviegoer, giving me this dialogue that I got to follow and wrap my head around. And, you can get confusing, but it's not like you can't understand it. It's just like, oh, okay, that's right. You got to go back and you got to check some certain facts and different things like that. So it's a crime drama, or I shouldn't say drama, crime dramedy, where this Isa Gonzalez plays this attorney who works for these very, very rich people, and they built $1 billion out of her company. So she goes to recover it from this very powerful man who lives on a private island. Whoa, where have we seen that before?
Yeah.
And she needs to get it back. He doesn't want to give it back. So they have to plan a heist to get what they want. And that's where Jake Gyllenhaal and Henry Cavill come into play. But you know what? It stands on its own. I mean, there are certain directors that have their brands of movies that just work. And Guy Ritchie is one of them. Mm-hmm. I mean, the guy is so incredibly talented. And this shows his talent once again. It's called In the Gray. Definitely go see it. Very entertaining movie.
Well, I just looked it up, and you were not kidding about Mortal Kombat 2 actually isn't doing very well, huh?
What shocked me last week, Andy, was you mentioned the budget, which is $80 million, which, it's so weird that I sit and I talk about movies that are budgeted in the millions of dollars, and here, we all sit here wondering how we're going to pay our mortgage. Like, it's nothing to bring up $80 million. But considering that The Devil Wears Prada cost $100 million, considering that most movies in the summertime cost $200 million.
Yeah.
The Odyssey, Christopher Nolan's movie, is rumored at $250 million.
Oh my God!
And this is before marketing.
Marketing, yeah.
And with his name attached to it, they're going to market the hell out of it. So that's a huge cost. So $80 million is actually kind of manageable, as weird as that sounds. So, but look, if you make 80 million, 40 of that's got to go back to the theaters. So it's a long way to profitability for something like that.
Right now, they're looking at 75 for Mortal Kombat 2. So
to finish at that?
Well, that's what it's at right now. But I mean, The Devil Wears Prada 2 is at 445 million already. So
whoa,
it didn't edge out Mortal Kombat 2. It destroyed it.
Yeah. The thinking was that it was going to be a battle, but Mortal Kombat was going to win the box office.
Wow, yeah, not even close.
But the other one that's still kicking ass is Michael.
Oh,
of course, yeah.
Movie.
Over $600 million.
Oh.
I don't doubt it'll get to $1 billion eventually.
I think it will too. I really do, because it crossed 500 over the last weekend, and it got to 600 by Thursday. It's got a huge worldwide audience.
I'm glad you brought that movie up, because my question for you today was going to be, is that kid going to go on tour now like Michael Jackson did?
I wonder.
Man. The problem is, while he has all the moves, he is singing, but I read about this. I'm glad you brought this up.
Oh, okay.
They blended his voice and Michael's voice.
Oh.
So same with the kid. Same with the 10-year-old that played him in the Jackson 5. Because, let's be honest, if you're filming a scene, it would just be weird to lip sync to it.
Yeah.
Actually, like, we sing along with tunes every single day.
Yes,
so
we do.
they definitely recorded this guy. So while he could be a great impersonator of his uncle, Jermaine's son. I don't know. Does the vocals live up to it? That could be a huge disappointment to people in concert. And for sure, you don't want to go the Milli Vanilli route and lip sync. So yeah, that is a great question. You know what they are going to do? And this is interesting. You brought this up also. K-pop Demon Hunters is so huge worldwide that Netflix is going to have like a world tour and I don't know what exactly. They're just really scant with details. It almost makes it sound like the trio that sang the Hunter X group in the movie wouldn't even be on the tour. So I'm thinking, well, what the hell is even the point then if you're not going to have the real singers who have performed together?
Yeah.
They performed at the Oscars, Golden Globes. They were at the Super Bowl. Not Super Bowl. Did you watch the Christmas Eve or Christmas Day game at the Vikings versus the Lions? Was it?
I think it was the Lions.
Sang at the halftime show.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg had a halftime show, and those three sang there. So, yeah, I don't know. They've tried this touring. Glee, the cast of Glee. I know at one point they toured but they could all sing too. Mm-hmm. So it's weird whether they're going to do that or not. But man. This kid, he nails it so much. Jafar, I shouldn't say kid, probably his late 20s. You almost wonder, is he pigeonholed now? I mean, are they only going to see him as Michael? What else is he going to do? I mean, are they going to put him in movies where you're expected to sing? Well, that's kind of weird from the guy who used to play Michael Jackson. But boy, his stock rose overnight, didn't it?
Certainly. Oh, I got to correct something here. Jake sent in a message to us. I just thought I did a horrible job on his show because I was so nervous. No, you did not, Jake. You did a great job when you were on the show. We loved having you on, so don't even think like that. You did a good
Jake
job.
The songwriter?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, okay. I'll have to go back and listen, but Jake, I'm sure you did terrific.
He did. He did a really nice. Andy did. Did you listen to the latest song? He wants to know that, Andy.
Oh, I've been very busy. Yesterday was an interesting day for us.
Jake, we'll get it all. Yeah, it was because I was gone. 4 hours I was sitting in the clinic, having my blood taken out and put back in for 4 hours. That was a thrill. But in any case, we're going to have Jake back on. He's a very nice young guy, and don't ever worry about it, Jake. You do a great job. All right, what else is happening, Frankenstein?
Well, Netflix just came out, I think, Wednesday. Marty, Life is Short.
Yeah.
Oh.
Absolutely see this documentary.
What's it about?
Martin Short.
Oh, I loved Martin Short.
Oh. I have to admit, I was really nervous going into this one.
Oh, really?
Because the guy has suffered so much freaking tragedy in his life.
That's what I hear,
and he confronts it all in this. It's not quite 2 hours, hour 47, I think it is. But, you'll discover that he lost his parents relatively young. He lost his oldest brother even younger, like age 12 or something.
Yep.
Lost his wife to ovarian cancer.
Oh, jeez.
2010. She was 58, and she truly was. I mean, this couple together, they were amazing. All the footage and all the testimonials from all the famous people that participated in it: Steve Martin, Tom Hanks, Steven Spielberg, Eugene Levy, Catherine O'Hara, who clearly filmed this interview before she passed away.
God.
And then on top of that, it's been maybe a couple months that Martin Short's daughter had taken her own life.
Oh my God. Jesus.
And
I'd like to thank all three members of my family for not doing any of that bullshit.
You're very welcome.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Literally the least I could do.
Yeah,
and so it's interesting in the beginning, and I don't want to give too much away, but you know what? There is so much wonderful stuff in this. But at the beginning, we've talked about this all the time, about that comedy always seems to be rooted in some sort of darkness, right?
Oh, yes.
Sadness or
Oh,
whatever.
yes.
And he has posed that question. And he says, people think that's what it's all about. And he says, no, my whole life, I take it from my whole life, which has been a joy. It's been funny. All my brothers and sisters were funny. My parents were funny. Yep. And then I just love these kismet moments where it's like, how, and we talked about this. We actually talked about this on the 3000th podcast about how the hell did these people find each other? How is it that Eugene Levy and all the Second City people, they come into Martin Short's orbit? You know, how did they find each other? And how does that group grow when he goes, you know, from Second City to Saturday Night Live to all the movies? And there are a lot of famous people in this, and they get together every Christmas at his place. And you're thinking, oh, this is, you know, a cynical person would say this is for show. But these people truly love each other, and not only are they friends, they become family, right? It's the most important thing. It's the most important thing to him. And because he's so relatable, you know, all of his characters are rooted in some sort of relatability. Even remember the guy on Saturday Night Live, he would smoke nervously, and you have to find the character. I think his name is Shroom or something, but it's based on a real person. Ed Grimley is based on a real person.
Yeah.
I mean, all these people, they're rooted in these people that he met in real life. And somebody brought up Jiminy Glick. Jiminy Glick is in it.
I love Jiminy Glick. That was great.
That's kind of an amalgam of people that, you know, because Jiminy's he's the interviewer at the press junkets and all that stuff. And he caught enough of these people reacting and things like that. And that's how he came up with that character. But that character actually came from, there was a movie he did with Danny Glover, and I can't remember what it was. He mentioned it, but he got stung. He had an allergic reaction, maybe stung by a bee or something. In the movie, he blew up. And that's kind of where it all started, because his wife said to him, you know, we can't see you in there. So he thought, this is cool. Now I'm going to dress up as this guy, go to a red carpet. Are they going to know me? And so that's where the Jiminy Glick stuff comes from. And you get a lot of Jiminy Glick, but you also get my all-time favorite, which is the synchronized swimming synchronized swimming at the Olympics.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so damn funny. He just does so much. But again, there's just kind of underpinnings of sadness throughout the whole thing, because, you know, you see Catherine O'Hara, they reference his daughter. They don't address the tragedy, I think probably because this film was locked prior to, but there's a tribute to both Catherine and the daughter at the end.
Good God.
But honestly, one of the best movies I've seen this year.
You know what's amazing about that?
Wonderful movie.
The timing on it is pretty amazing, because I just lost my oldest brother about a month ago. And it's still, after all that time, you know, he's 83, I think he was. But even losing a brother at that age is a bitch. So I don't understand losing a brother when you're like 15.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I can't wrap my head around that sort of stuff. The interesting thing that he says about that and people losing people, so many people.
Yeah.
Is he says, don't let them go. Keep them with you.
Yeah.
Keep your warm memories with you. Keep that they'll always be there, and eventually we will meet again. Well, I mean, this movie, I'm telling you, man, I don't want to talk too much more. I'm going to start crying, because this is there's some pretty emotional moments in this thing. Steve Martin breaks down at one point, and it's genuine.
Really?
He's talking about Martin Short's wife and how wonderful she was. And she was a hell of a performer that I guess I didn't realize how much she had done. But she died in 2010 at age 58. So, man, so that's why it was tough for me to watch this. And there was my wife, and I just dumped the call for my wife.
That's a good idea. There's a good call.
You know, isn't it true, though? You always get those calls when you're on the air.
Oh, yeah.
I tell Melissa that when I'm waiting for an important call and it hasn't come yet, and I'm like, okay, they're an hour late, I need to get this call, I just have to go wash my hands. The second the water hits my hands, I will get that call.
Yeah.
That's how it works. I don't know why. Something about the universe just thinks it's very funny.
Well, this morning when I was on the air with Johnny Rock, because I'm just sitting in my living room talking on the phone, Winter starts barking. She's got a hell of a bark.
Yes, she does.
They all have to make the air at some point or another. So then I run upstairs, and then there's one of my cats. Meow. It's like,
Yep.
you just can't time your way around these sorts of things. So, but yeah. But yeah, definitely see it. I mean, I really thought I was going to be a lot more depressed watching this movie than I was uplifted, and I was uplifted in tenfold. I mean, it was that inspiring and that hearty. I mean, it really is. It's very emotional, and the hard parts really hit at the end. But even so, the way it wraps up, it's beautiful. I mean, it really is an amazing movie.
Magnificent. You know, I was just thinking about that whole situation, what you were just talking about, and we were talking about. And I mentioned the fact that my brother had died about a month ago, I guess it is now. But, you know, you guys know Sean. Obviously, he worked at KQ with me and worked on the podcast and all the rest of it. He lost his mother and his father within like 30 days. I mean, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was about a month,
right.
wasn't it?
Yeah, maybe 2 tops.
Maybe 2 at the most.
Yeah.
But losing both your parents in a 30 to 60-day period has got to be a little tough, I would imagine.
That's what you're going to find out with the Martin Short thing, is that he lost his mom and dad in, I think it was a period of a couple of years, but his dad was second. And when he died, Martin was only 20.
Oh, wow.
God.
So he lost his oldest brother when he was 12. And then, you know, like 6 years later, his mom, and then his dad. Boom, boom. He's 20 years old.
Man.
You know, I lost my mom when I just turned 32. I mean, and there's no easy age. Like you say, Tom, it's like, how in the hell do people endure this when they're young? I mean, at least at 32, you feel somewhat grown up and responsible. But you look back at it, it's like half of my life has gone by now thinking about it. It's been 30 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's no easy answer. There's no easy way of dealing with it either. There's not one way. Luckily, my dad was around another 23. But,
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. So, you know, and Catherine, you and Tom, I mean, your parents are gone, right? Both?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. My father died in 1980 at the age of 60, but I wasn't close to him anyway. I mean, I didn't hate him, but I didn't like him either. I didn't really know him. He would come and go a lot, and then he just all of a sudden disappeared, and I don't know what the hell was going on. But my mother lived to be 88 years old, and the reason I say the amazing thing about that is my mother smoked like a chimney, for Christ's sake.
Yep, she sure did.
Never ate a
Oh, my
vegetable, never moved.
Yeah.
Ever.
Stressed out like
Yeah, she had every risk
Truly.
factor for everything.
Truly.
She did.
yeah.
She had every risk factor. She still lived to be 88 years old.
Yeah.
She did.
Yeah. Well, my mother-in-law
Toots.
now is 96, and she's struggling.
Yeah.
Still give her a beer for dinner every night.
There you go.
My mom had a small scotch almost every single night until I don't know what age she was. And she said she had a dedicated tremor
Yeah.
in her right. And she said it calmed it down.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
Great.
I'm sure it does.
Another friend of mine had brain surgery for the same thing. I'm thinking scotch is a better
Scotch tastes better at the very
might-
least.
might
Easier
be a
to
better way to
Probably
go.
true.
deal with.
Ladies and gentlemen, our pal brought to you by Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury attorneys. Just they're at minnesotapersonalinjury.com, so that's good. Bringing you
Yeah,
this pill.
I'm looking at this feed, man. It's sad. I mean, a lot of people are talking about losing their parents
Yeah.
young.
Yeah, I saw
and
that,
Got a
yeah.
lot of that.
Close together, and again, there's just
Holy
no.
Christ.
It doesn't matter what age they are. You know, you can say, "Oh, they lived a
Right.
good long life," but still,
Yeah.
that means you've had more time with them, and it doesn't make it any easier to let them, you know, when they go. Like Martin Short says, don't let them go.
Right.
Yeah,
And I don't.
right.
Well,
Oh,
Mom,
I want to share something with you. This is weird. This is weird, and you can take this for however you want. Since my dad died, he has not been in any of my dreams.
Really?
8 years ago.
That's interesting.
And my mom, like I said, died 30 years ago. She was in quite a few of my dreams.
I think that's pretty normal.
Is it?
Okay, so this is the way I'm going to interpret things. Dad used to have this recurring dream over and over and over and over again. Took place around Waverly Lake. He said, and he wasn't in it, but he saw this. There was a town car parked on the side of the road. So it was like an older car, touring car, I think he called it. And no, actually, that was up on the top of this hill. And there were these steps that were going up the hill. And there was a man that tried walking up the steps, and he'd be met by two men walking down, and they always stopped him. And it's like, is that somehow tied into where he went? Was the guy him, and did they finally let him through to go up to the car where Mom was waiting? Sorry.
Really?
That's the way I interpret it. Sorry. So I hadn't seen him in 8 years. Haven't seen him in 8 years. And in the dream the other night, I got a call. Something about, well, you wanted to borrow money. Why? I can't borrow your money now, blah, blah, blah. But then he says, oh, no, it's fine. Whatever you need, just let me know, and, I'll get it to you. It's weird. It was in a phone call in a dream. That was kind of like the context of it. But before I hung it up, he goes, Happy Father's Day, Tim. And I said, Happy Father's Day, Dad. I love you.
Oh, very sweet.
And I'm just wondering if that's the way of him communicating to me.
That could be. You never know. You know what? I have more respect for you now because I did the same thing. When I lose somebody, I cry my ass off, man. And that's the thing to do, no question. I'm unfortunately I didn't get to meet your father or either of your parents, but if you didn't cry talking about your father dying, then I'd go, what the hell's wrong with him?
Yeah.
It
was so weird though, because again, it's like, why isn't he here? Why doesn't he show up? And because some people interpret dreams like they're visiting you or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, why isn't he visiting? And then, like you say, part of my rationale is that it was Mom waiting in that town car, and they finally he went up the stairs and got in there with her. And you might think I'm crazy by saying that, but I don't care.
No.
People can say whatever the hell they want about me. I don't care.
True.
Yeah.
I really don't. But, that's why they call it faith, right?
Yeah.
You don't know what's going to happen. You just have to have the faith that something grand is going to be there waiting for you when you're no longer here.
What's interesting about that?
Yeah.
For me, very quickly, because somebody, why do you even bother with that, blah, 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 blah. Well, the problem I have with that is, if it is true that I get to see my mother and, other people in the future, that'll make me very happy. And if I don't, I won't know it anyway, so who gives a shit? Right? Why do you have to make such a point of that? I've never understood that. If I'm going to see my loved ones again, that'll be phenomenal. And if I don't, I won't know it because I'll be dead. So who cares?
That's what I mean. Nobody has the answer. I mean, you can watch all these shows and you can read these books about these, near-death experiences and whatever. And I find them fascinating personally, and I hope they're true. Mm-hmm. Again, you got to have faith that it is true.
Yeah.
And because what's the point otherwise? I'm not going to, it kind of takes everybody has their beliefs, but, I just kind of choose my life to live positive and thinking that, yes, indeed, that's going to be the way. And I'm not a religious person. Believe me, I am not. Yeah. I'm very spiritual, but, I don't, I was raised Catholic.
Yep.
I'll go to church occasionally, mostly weddings and stuff like that. but I believe that you can be spiritual without being religious. If that makes
I
sense.
understand that. Well, I'll tell you what, Margaret hugs Timmy. That's pretty good. Your posts are beautiful, by the way. Thank you so much. 'Cause I've
Well,
been
you
reading
know
them.
what?
Wonderful.
Whoever figured, I didn't plan on that, and I didn't plan on talking about the thing with my dad. It's just kind of weird how it came up,
It's a good spot to do it, man.
man. But this is the place to do it because
It is.
we're all like-minded people here. It's
Yep.
all about family.
Oh, there's no question about it.
Yeah,
Losing
and
my
that's
oldest.
what you're gonna get out of this. Maybe that sort of stuff was just stuck in my mind too while I was watching it.
Probably.
Just to see how wonderful it is, because people really don't know about these Hollywood folks, what kind of lives they live, if it's all for show or whatever. And at least in Martin Short's life, it isn't. And
Right.
arguably, he is really one of the funniest
Oh, yeah.
comedy actors out there.
Great guy, too. We had him on the KQ Morning Show once in a
Yeah.
while, and he was a really good guy.
I talked to him one time for about 10 minutes or so.
Yep.
But Lastman met him when him and Martin came through, and that's the great thing. They still do that touring thing where they do their comedy show on stage.
Right.
And I
Right.
thought that Martin Short actually he postponed a Minneapolis show and rescheduled it for the fall. And it almost makes it sound like he's coming here solo, which is kind of weird because normally he tours with Steve Martin. So yeah.
What's this post now? Jay Fuller posted former Viking Bill Brown. What about him?
Good question.
Yeah, he passed away a while ago.
Because Jay Fuller had posted last time I saw my mom, she was sitting in the kitchen drinking coffee with Bill
Oh,
Brown.
God.
Oh,
That's
my
great.
gosh.
I didn't see that one. Thank you.
Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah.
But you know what's great about that for us, Tim, is the fact that you have the faith and in us. You knew how we were going to react when you brought this up, and if you did start crying, you knew how we'd react. So it was a great place to bring it up. You're going to get nothing but support from us.
Well, Alex
It's-
abandoned you, so I don't know.
Yeah, Alex just walked.
I don't know where
out.
she went.
I don't know. She probably couldn't.
Okay,
I don't
She
know.
says she's out there. She must be doing.
Oh,
puppy.
The puppy's dead.
Why are you out
On their
there?
way to me.
There's Alex. Alex waving her hand. What is she do? What are you doing?
She has to deal with something.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Have to deal with something. Okay, not a problem.
We like to deal with things.
Andy, would you have any other spots that need to hit?
Well,
Heart of
let's
the North,
see.
right?
Yeah, we could.
There we go.
Yeah, the Heart of the North sponsorship. Puppies.
All right. And is there anything else there?
There's a fresh dry endorsement, and you could do that in a few more minutes, I suppose,
Do you want me to do both in the next couple of minutes?
if you want.
All right, I'll do them as a twosome, so I should grab that script as well. Heart of the
Indeed.
North. We have Heart of the North, and what's the other one?
Heart of the North sponsorship and the fresh dry endorsement. So the 15.
Fresh Dry. Yep. I will grab it while you guys are talking.
Yeah, I mean, I lost a cat 3 years ago, and I still can't think about it too hard. So you know.
I know.
I know.
Well, hey, I was going to bring that up as my pets were coming, my
Yep.
puppies. They are just as much part of my family as my family.
Absolutely.
And you know what the wonderful part about that is? I mean, all my kids love dogs and cats so much. Like my oldest daughter's visiting us, and she brings her kitten over, who's actually turned 1 now. My oldest son brings his golden with him. So at times there are 3 dogs and 3 cats in the house all at once.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
it is.
chaos. It's like me being around a bunch of little kids where they're just darting around when they were little, you know. Now it's cats and dogs. So Andy, I mean, you should miss your cat, and
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with missing your cat, because and the wonderful thing that with cats with me is that I grew up on a farm, so I got scratched a lot and shit.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, we went years in this house without cats, and finally they wore me down.
I love
And they
this
got
post.
one, and then they got another, and then my daughter
Right.
got one, and it's like now I love them. I love them again. It's you have that bad experience when you're a farm kid getting scratched the shit out of by cats.
Right.
You don't want them around, but they're okay. I love them.
people are saying, "Hey, I'll send you my wife's cats if that'll help you out, Andy."
Kitties are good people.
Kitties getting shipped out.
Spayed and neutered. They're indoor cats, though. See,
Yeah,
that's
there
the
you
whole
go.
thing.
Yeah.
There you
know,
go.
The dogs and cats were outside when I was growing up. So, there's more around here now. What's going on?
Oh, here's a sweet one from I think it's Trevor Benson sent it over. We had some tears from my wife and kids when we lost some of our chickens.
Of course.
That's very sweet.
You take care of something, you get attached to it.
You
It's just
do.
the way it
Well,
works.
chickens can live like 10 years. I thought they must
Can
live
they?
2 years or something. But no, it's they can live up 5 to 10 years in the backyard if you keep them away from the foxes and coyotes.
Yeah. Well, we had a piglet, a runt, that got stepped on by its mother.
Ooh.
And my little sister and I tried to nurse it back to health the best we could, and we both just bawled
Yep.
when that poor little thing died.
Didn't work out.
So yeah, I get it, man. It's not exclusive to dogs and cats. I mean, it can be any pet that you have. It can be a
Absolutely.
bird, whatever.
Donnell says, I cry when I see a dead squirrel on the road. Well, don't drive between my house and my job because you're going to see about 10 of them every single day.
That's true.
They are everywhere out where I live. There's a specific month during the year where I swear I don't know how there are still raccoons left because every single one is roadkill at that point.
Yeah,
It's
true.
insane.
This segment brought to you by Heart of the North Tours, currently offering a trip of a lifetime to Alaska. It's August 8th through the 19th. Visit heartofthenorthtours.com to book your vacation today. I'm really glad we did this today. You know, it's a Friday. We're going into the weekend and all the rest of it. And the fact that you actually care about people or things or animals or whatever, we need a lot more of that. People caring about something other than themselves.
Well, yeah. I mean, and that's why I try not to get too wrapped up in the things that, you can get pissed about politics or this, that, and the other thing. It's like, worry about your own backyard first.
Yeah.
Not trying to say that in a selfish sort of way. I mean, I'm just saying that if you do and you get wrapped up in all that shit, you're neglecting everybody around you that loves you.
Yeah.
And you're not doing them any good by being pissed off.
Right.
I will tell you quickly, too, and remind my wife of this in case she forgets, but she won't forget. She already told me that she's going to cremate me. So, okay.
Whether you like it or not.
Yeah, really.
Whether you like it or not.
Not your decision at that point.
Am I going to scream at her through a dream? What am I going to do?
Yeah.
So I said, okay, that's fine. But we have a place back at the old farm where we buried our dogs and cats, and we have a place over here where we buried all our animals. I said, save some ashes for both those places from me.
Yeah.
So part of me will always be with those pets. That's how much they mean to me. And then the kids, they can do whatever the hell they want with it. I flush them down the toilet. Oh, man. I never liked him. I never liked you. No, but at least I know
That's a nice touch.
some of my ashes are going to go with the dogs and the cats that I lost. So.
Oh, I suppose that is true. But
Again,
look,
call me a weirdo, but I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah.
I am weird. I never said I wasn't.
well, you're in the right business, too, for being weird.
Yeah, absolutely.
Radio, television, writing, whatever it is,
man.
it's all weird as hell.
That's why this has been so much fun, though. The business of I've worked in all facets of it, but man, and we're seeing each other now, but the radio has always been the most fun to me, just because of the camaraderie you get with people, and again, you grow from colleagues into families and stuff like that. It's just so much fun. Yeah, I just love it. So.
No question. All right, any closing words, Pally?
No.
Yes.
Oh, apparently your dog has some words
Yep.
for you.
They have
Squirrel.
closing words.
Squirrel!
Wow.
Chicken.
Oh, did you see the cat?
Yep. He's out of here.
He does. The cat's running up the stairs.
Okay, guys. Hey. All right.
It's fine.
I'll let them take me out.
All right, we'll talk to you
And
next
have a
week.
great weekend. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Any closing words? Oof, oof, oof.
As soon as we said any closing
Why,
words, they
yes.
started barking.
Why, yes,
That was
indeed.
hilarious.
There's this nasty little squirrel that waits on the trees for Jude to come down to look at him at eye level knowing that I'm not going to let him chase the squirrel. And then it runs around the tree as we're walking, just like, come on, chase me. They can be little.
Yeah, there were squirrels doing that to
Beasts.
Daisy when we were down there like a couple of years ago. They would
like to
come
mess with
down and
dogs.
then just taunt her and then run up the tree.
Well, downtown West Palm Beach, all dogs are on leashes, right?
Yeah.
So they know they can't get them.
Yep.
So
That's
that's why
true.
they do them.